Hey there and happy Thursday. So today I'm wrapping up the card demos for Dawn Earlbeck's virtual stamp party with card number 3. So yesterday I used one of the stamp sets from Celebration, and I always think, oh, am I going too heavy on Celebration things? But Celebration things are only here for such a short time that I always like to try and give you lots of ideas so that you can know, do I want that free Celebration item or do I not? Because if you find out that you want it later and Celebration's over, then it's really sad, and I never want my people sad. I want my stampers, my paper crafters happy. Hi there, Julie. Hi, Lois. So here is today's card number 3 for Dawn, and I'm using the free Awesome Otters stamp set, and then the also free Rainbows and Sunshine paper. So I thought that would be kind of fun to combine, and Dawn's a bright, cheery person, so let's use some bright, cheery paper, right? It just kind of works out so perfect for that, and I just want to make sure that my iPad's working, and let me get the camera turned around for you guys so that you can see right away what it looks like in person. And actually, you can see with this little piece of scrap that I ended up cutting his hat out with, that I was on the fence about what color combinations to use. So this is my new fun problem, is that there's new blends to use for these kind of tones of browns. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Carol. Carol, you're not going to like today's card because it's coloring again. Okay, so these are the new shades. These are, I should say, some of the shades. And actually, let me show you the card up front again. So when I show you the card, I thought, oh, how fun to use. You can kind of see as let me put some better light on it there. There's 3 different browns here, kind of the inside and then towards that, and then the outside and such. And so with that, I decided, maybe it looked a little dark. And so lately, I don't know why, but I've just been able to switch gears on the go, and it's been turning out okay. So instead of using like that dark, I'm gonna take that one away and replace it with like that one, which is just going to be a tad bit lighter. And then, so those are the new ones, as well as all of these. So I actually, because some of them look so similar in shade, I'm like, you know what? These I'm not even taking out because I know they're going to be darker yet. And then these I just kind of played around with on my, like I said, on my little piece of scrap, and kind of went like, what goes together? What would make a cute otter? And like that one doesn't look so dark there till I colored it in. And then I don't know why he looked really dark. And maybe it's in comparison to the fun bright paper too. So where I am getting that from, you guys, is starting February 1st, you can see the same flyer. It's a 2-page flyer. You can see the link to this with this picture that says all together at the top of this Bell Harder-Inspiring Others Facebook page. And if you get my emails, all this information is on there too. So there's a stamp set, paper, dies, and all this collection. So I didn't know, what am I going to use the most with skin tones, animal, nature, things like that. So I just decided to get the whole collection. So I want to tell you, and I'll try and remember as I'm coloring, that I'm using numbers 400, 500, 600, and 1,000. And you'd think as it goes up, the color would be darker, but actually it's lighter. So 1,000 is the lightest, and then so on. And so I'll be using kind of some from like the middle of the road here. So I probably am not maybe using one for the nose only, and then none of these because they're too dark. But I hope that kind of gives you, I don't want to spend a lot of time, but I hope it gives you some kind of idea of what these are going to look like from the All Together promotion. So when this promotion's starting February 1st, what you can get is the stamp set. Maybe I'll try and get it a little closer to the stamp set. And I'm sure if you follow anything Stampin' Up, you've seen this, the stamp set, the cute paper. and the dies. All of these are while supplies last. The promotion goes till May 1st, and then these blends are the only thing that's going to be carried over. So these blends will be in the annual catalog. So I hope that helps too. I thought if I show it today, then I can kind of give a little bit of a shout out to that promotion to help you understand it in case that's something you were interested in. Hi there, Barb. Hi, Kate. So let me get started with today's card here, and just going to set that aside. And so where the otters are coming from and the cute paper celebration, of course. And so first off, all the fun rainbow paper here. And sometimes it's like, okay, where do you start? Where do you stop? When it's really cute like this. And then on the back side of this, we just have really cute white hearts on pool party paper. So that's kind of fun. And I've already got ideas for my next couple of hostesses when I get out these. So it's like, okay, let's stop for today so that we don't get too carried away. And then the other free one here then is on page 11, the Awesome Otters. So for you guys, before I've shown this one and I've shown that one. So today I'm going to show this otter, and I haven't used the hat yet for you guys. I feel like every time I use it, I always put with it, "You are utterly awesome," and it's so cute and it goes together. But today I am finally getting out it's birthday time, and I am going to put the other one in the inside. Oh, thank you, Kay. Hi there, Wendy. Miss you, miss you. So yeah, you can see then after today, then I've used all of these images since celebration started to show you guys some ideas with Awesome Otters. All right, so let me get started, and I am going to show you my color combination. How fun is this? I love water. Wendy is by the ocean, and I'm a little jealous, but she has invited me to come spend some time with her, so I shouldn't be too jealous. I should just, go. All right, so we've got ocean colors, we've got pool party, night of navy, although this is my disclaimer, out of all these fun colors which help me pick my blends that I'm working with today, which is a whole slew of them, this calls for Misty Moonlight to coordinate. But I thought, and my husband agreed, I pulled him into my stamp room for a second. I said, what do you think? And I'll show you the difference as I'm making the card, because I started with Misty Moonlight, but I felt like the Night of Navy gave it a little bit more pop. Oh, thanks, Wendy. Hi, Darla. And so I'll show you that, and then just some white to do my coloring on and coordinating. So I think what I want to do is start with this little strip of Night of Navy. It's about, I forgot to measure, but let me check. It's 2¼ inches wide by 5½. The 5½ is probably the only thing to be concerned about. I was kind of looking in my strips of paper, and this was kind of, I probably could half that. So if you're making the card, you'll be okay, but it's kind of what I had. So I'm like, well, let's just use that and see how it goes. And with that, I'm going to emboss it with the new from the mini catalog, the Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folder. So it's meant to go in the mini cut and emboss machine. I'm not using this one, but look at these fun stripes. I don't know if you can see how it kind of has like a distressed look to the stripes. So I'm really excited to use that. And then these splatters are really fun. So, whoops, let me get the splatters out for you guys and show you how that works. So I'm just going to feed this 5½ by 2¼ piece of Night of Navy in my 3D splatter embossing folder. And I love the mini because it has really good instructions as far as it says plate number 1. When you're using 3D embossing folders, then you'll just need plate number 4 besides the embossing folder. So I'm just gonna kind of line that up and, oops, kind of going crooked. There we go. And then I'll just put that through quick, like so. And then we have, ta-da! How fun is this, guys? And especially I was thinking I should have used this with the otter that looks like it is in water, because it kind of gives it kind of a watery splash look on that. Hi, Cease. Good to have you on here. So I'm going to set that aside for now. And so what I did to get to my other piece here is I just took that from the Sunshine and Rainbows, and I knew I wanted the stripes to go this way, not that way. And because I'm using the card base, the pool party, I just cut off this strip. So this is my only strip that I have. So I just cut this off so it measures 5.5, and then I'm using a 3-inch measurement. So cut that in half so I can make 2 cards out of one 6x6 piece, with this being my only scrap. And if you remember me saying at the beginning, how cute are those little white hearts on that strip? Like that would make a cute little accent piece for a different project down the road. So I love that I can make 2 cards with this, and also it doesn't look like I skimped at all. It looks like, you know, a nice big chunk of paper there. So what I want to do is take my adhesive, run this across my splatter there, and then my card base is opening this way. So this is the 4 1/4 by 5.5 scored opening that way. And I'm just gonna kind of by eyeing leave like, oh, maybe 1/4 inch or so of a border there of the pool party showing. And then I'm going to do that same thing here with this pretty rainbow, sunshine and rainbows paper. Just going to kind of eye that so that it looks like it's about 1/4 inch. And then just put that on like so. So we have that showing there. Some of you might go, you know, I don't like that. You might want to have this be the full edge going to the edge and not showing that, but I kind of wanted that pool party to pop for the next layer that I'm adding. And then same here, some of you might go, you know what, I would add this Night of Navy piece all the way to the edge, and you can. So just wanted to show you that. Oh, I was going to show you how the Misty Moonlight worked before I did it. So this is Misty Moonlight. So technically, actually, with my camera, when I'm looking through my camera for the video, this looks like it matches that so well. I felt like when I lined this up, actually it goes this way, I felt like this was just kind of too pale and it wasn't getting the pop that I wanted. And so I kind of felt like, you know what, I kind of liked, and maybe it was being next to this light that I just kind of felt like it just blended too much and didn't have the pop that the navy did. But then I'm going to turn around and put some pool party ribbon over it, so it might not make that much of a difference. Hello there, Margaret. Good to see you on here. So next I'm going to take this little scrap of basic white, and let's get out my ink pad, my Memento black ink pad, and ink up this cute little otter guy. How cute is that, holding the fish? And I'm gonna, because I need a little bit of a scrap for his tail to go off, I'm just going to put that up there so that the tail goes on Dawn's little piece of paper there. Actually, let me give you some more of this desktop there to see. Hi there, Lois. And so I just have that stamped off on purpose just because I'm going to be punching it out, and that's going to get punched off anyway. And then my other stamping that I'm going to do is the sentiment from there, and that says it's birthday time. And let me just ink that up in that same black ink pad, and hopefully I get that straight. It's a cling, which I think gives you a really nice solid image. And I think that's straight enough there. It's birthday time. And I just think that's such a fun font to go with the otter. Hey, Tori, you did make it. Good, good, good. And oh good, Connie, everybody's like jumping on like, I get to see you live. Like some people don't get to see me live very often. Okay, you can tell this is just a scratch piece of paper. Everybody has these little pieces, so I'm going to show you that I'm using mine. I'm always kind of proud when I use up little pieces. So that I'm just going to stamp that little birthday hat on from the Awesome Otters stamp set. Okay, and then I think we are almost done with stamping, but done stamping for now. Then I'm going to do some coloring. So when I do coloring, my color friend Pam, the reason I say color friend Pam, she loves seeing the little instructions that I do. So I always try and get my camera a little bit closer, and then I always hope that I'm not getting it too close where you can't see it all. I'm going to start with the little fish on there, and I felt like because the otter is going to bring in a lot of brown, I wanted my fish to be the smoky slate gray color, because then it'll pop and be a little bit different than the otter instead of just blending in. So I'm going to start with the lighter of the two smoky slate blends here. So that was the lightest, and then I'm going to go to the darker. In the dark, I just go over the head of the fish, and then there's like little tiny scales on there that I just kind of highlight. there with that. So that looks cute already. I think they think that fish is about as cute as the otter. Maybe it's because of the way he's being clutched. Okay, so now I hope I didn't mess this up because these are new to me. So you can see here it says like Stampin' Up! 400, and you can see the 600, and you can see, let's see, the 1000, and you can also see on here the 500. So you can see all those little numbers. So like I said, the higher the number, the lighter it is. So I'm actually going to start with the 400 here. Where is it? 400. And that's going to be for the outside of my otter, this kind of tone here. So let me just color him in. And I'm also going to compare because for those of you just joining in, my otter I thought turned out just a hair too light. Too dark on the sample. You know, I thought, okay, this is cute. And like I always tell you guys, once you color it in, and if you don't like your blending, just walk away. Because even with the fish, that's what happened. I thought, ooh, he kind of, looked a little maybe too dark gray. And then my husband said, hey, can you come help me with one thing for a sec? And so just walking into the kitchen to talk to him for literally like a minute or two, it was like, now the fish looked okay. So it's just funny how sometimes those colors, I always tell you guys, need to settle in a little bit. So let me just get this. Hey there, Amy. Good to have you on here. Must have picked a really good time. Thursday afternoon, I'll have to remember nobody's working. Everybody wants to watch videos. Just kidding. So for this guy, I am doing all one solid color. I was excited when I had all these blends because I thought for the outside of the otters, I think I'll do 2 different colors. For the inside, I'll do 2 different. And for those that really like coloring, that's maybe what you'll do. Okay, so that's all done with the new 400 color. And then this one is the lightest one, and that's the 1000. So I'm just going to quick take him, and I'm just going to go over his nose to make that kind of look pink. And then I have left the 600 and the 500. So the 600, what I'm going to do is just kind of go all the way around in the inside here. I'm just kind of scribbling because I'm going to end up going over that with the next color to kind of blend it anyway. So that shows people that that don't like to color, you can literally color that fast, and then you can see, okay, it looks scribbled, and that's all right too. And then I'll end it with the 500 here. And I'm just gonna kind of go around, kind of want to grab from both sides, both the light and the dark, and just kind of combine the two. I'm going to outline where the fish is and all those little character divots and such that Stampin' Up! Artists have put on. And this is also great for people that don't know if the coloring's for them. If you go over the black line and combine both the light and the dark, well, then it's like you can hardly go wrong if you're going over both of them. So you can see how fast that comes together there, like so. And then what I'm going to do next is punch him out with the Essential Tag Punch. So we have this Essential Tag Punch. I'm going to leave my camera kind of close because next I'm going to color in the hat. So we're just going to kind of feed that in. And this is for people that don't like to cut things out by hand. So I'm like, how perfect to do that. Connie's asking, why did they give them numbers? I'm not really sure, but I don't know if they're going to be adding more and if that's just the best way. Because if you look at the names, they're called deep, medium, deep, light, medium. Let's see, where's my sheet? Okay, so yeah, here we go. Light, medium, medium deep, and deep. So I think the numbers are to kind of help a little bit with that too, just because after you get them out and you take them out of the packaging, so your packaging is going to come, and this is a good question, like this is going to come saying medium. And so when you see medium and you see, okay, that goes with that, but once you take them out, then how do you know? So I think that's maybe why they put numbers on them too, but I'm not exactly sure. I didn't get to name them. I don't know why they didn't ask me to name them. Hi, Chris. Okay, so next I'm going to do just a little bit of coloring. with this hat. So I'm pulling in the colors from this hat that are used in this fun bright paper here. So this is where I get to pull out all the fun stuff. So the neutrals are neutrals. Neutrals will always be neutrals. You know, like anything, it's kind of like Thanksgiving. Nobody pays attention to Thanksgiving. It's just, you know, Christmas and Halloween, and then Thanksgiving just gets thrown aside. That's kind of how neutrals are. Okay, so with the card base being pool party, I'm just gonna color that in there. And then I'm going to go with my Granny Apple Green next, because that's a fun bright color that's being used in the striped paper. I'm just going to pick 2 circles that aren't quite by each other. And then I'm going to do, this time I am going to do Misty Moonlight, just because I wanted it to be lighter instead of Night of Navy. And even though I use Night of Navy for the accent piece of the card. So I'm just going to color those 2. And then the last one is So Saffron. It is the lighter of the yellows instead of daffodil here. Just going to color that in like so. And then where's my cutting scissor? Here we go. Super easy to cut this guy out. So you just literally go up and around that cute little pom-pom. And I figured if I didn't have to cut out the otter today, because I punched it out and kind of made that go like that, that I can do this little hat quick for you guys and everybody else that's ordering through Dawn's Party that's going to get her card. Okay, so there we have that. And then since I have my scissor out, I'm just going to give that a quick snip too, and actually cut this just a little bit less. There, so there's that birthday time from the set. So I think we have kind of all of our components here. And now that this is punched out, I'm going to go through with my pool party here. And actually, I'm going to put this underneath it in case I go over the edge, even though I don't want to. And Tori liked how I used my pool party blend yesterday to kind of ground my little Corvette or hot rod car that from the card that I made yesterday. So here I am literally just kind of scribbling along the edges to make this guy kind of look like he's floating in water. But doesn't that just warm up the whole project and make him look more complete? So that's kind of fun to be able to do that too. So, well, Connie's making up her own color names. She's making up farm color names like brown and dirt brown and stuff like that. Go for it, Connie. All right. Hi, Fran. Good to have you on here. Okay, I'm just going to kind of make my camera go up a little bit higher so that it doesn't make your eyes go wonky being too close. And then the only thing that I kind of have left to do for assembling is taking this piece of pool party and putting it through with my rectangle stitched framelits. When I cut these when they first came out, so they are called rectangle stitch framelits. I think in the catalog now, excuse me, but they're called stitch rectangle framelits. But that just shows you I've had them for a while, so that is really what they are. And I like to point out, so in case you see it the other way, you'll know exactly what it is. And for this, I'm gonna switch plates a little bit. I still keep number 1. And then I'm just gonna put my cutting plates on there for cutting instead of embossing. And I'm just gonna run that through. People are loving their little mini embossing machines. Makes my hand look really big today, guys, when the machine's so small. Okay, and how fun is this? So we just have this fun little rectangle that's stitched there. And I just wanted that kind of for an accent piece to make my otter pop. And now we can do some assembly here, and we need dimensionals. So let me put a couple dimensionals, like, whoops, a couple came off at the same time. Okay, so a couple across the bottom, kind of one at on the top. I don't need a lot there, and the papers are off. And then on here, I'm just going to kind of put him at a little bit of an angle. And now for the cute little hat, a dimensional is almost too big, and I don't want to put anything that pops up on this lower half because it's going to go on him, and the only piece that I want popped up is almost towards the top there. So that's where I get out my mini dimensionals. These minis have come in handy and saved us so many times, haven't they? So if you're new to the mini world, this is like the difference here, mini versus regular. So quite a bit of size difference, but still mighty in their sticky and pop up powers. Okay, let me get that off. And I'm just gonna sneak that on him like so. Kind of like his little tufts of hair that stick up at the top, but the hat's gonna cover that up. And then this whole piece here now is going to be popped up with dimensionals. So let me get those going. And not on purpose at all, guys, but I am kind of ending up with the same type of sentiment placement as yesterday's card. So if you didn't get to see yesterday's card, this is yesterday's card, and I kind of put that off to the side. And as it turned out, well, it's kind of like with all the stripes, I didn't want to compete. And I thought about like putting this on navy and putting it up there, but I kind of like how it goes off to the side again, like yesterday's card. And like I said, I didn't do that on purpose, but this is how I assembled yesterday's card. You can tell I just trimmed my nails because I'm having a tougher time getting my little tops off my dimensionals. Okay, so what I did with It's Birthday Time, one dimensional here, and then this is just adhesive so that it's level with that. And then I'm just kind of lining it up in between some of the stripes so it has a little bit more of a pop there. And now I'm going to add 3 accessories, blingy things to make this really kind of pop and such. It's like, where's my ribbon? It's underneath there. So I'll start with a ribbon, and this is sheer ribbon in the Pool Party shade here, and I love it because it's just kind of sheer and it's pool party. No, I like it because it's just got some shimmer shine to it, and I think a lot of our sheer ribbons just have that little quality feature in there. So I'm just going to put this towards the top, and you guys know me too well that I am not going to tie any fancy bow. It's just going to be a little bit of a knot up here at the top. Let me get out my ribbon cutting scissor here. Just give it a little bit of a trim and an equal amount of trim over there. And I am covering up that splatter embossing folder, but I think you can, because it's sheer, you can still kind of see that, and it still adds a little bit of something fun to the card. So that's on there. And then my next thing that I'm going to do is pull out my Wink of Stella. And I used to love fishing, like on the daily. It seemed like my grandpa would pick me up when I was younger, and we would spend a lot of time fishing. I think I went to all of his favorite fishing spots at some point or another with him. I thought it was fun, but looking back, it was probably just as fun for him. Now that I have grandkids, it's like probably the highlight of his day, even though I thought it was to be the highlight of my day. Love fishing. Fish need to be kind of slimy, slippery, shiny like that. So I think adding that kind of helps. And actually, I'm just going to put one more little dot on the nose and eyes just to make that kind of pop a little bit more too, and add a little bit more personality to the card there. And my last accessory is the 2021-2023 in Colored Jewels. And this is where it gets kind of funny. And I always like to tell you guys when this happens, like, Stampin' Up! Has such a great coordination scheme that made me fall in love with Stampin' Up! And when I say coordinate, that doesn't always mean 100% match. So when you go, okay, 2021 through 2023, I don't think I'm using any of the Evening Evergreen or the Fresh Freesia or any of the colors in there. This is the new Soft Succulent color, and it's kind of got a greenish with a slight bit of blue tint to it. And that works perfect for adding this little accent piece. So who knew Soft Succulent would coordinate so well with Pool Party? But it like works like a gem. Get it? It is a gem. So that is what I'm choosing. I like how this little notch kind of just highlights that little spot to put the gem to. I was thinking about putting another one because you guys know I love using 3. I felt like I kind of ran out of room. I suppose I could put one over here, but I just kind of liked the 2 for this. Maybe it's because the tag is like the 3rd little accent piece or something. And then for the inside, like I said, I keep using the the sentiment, "You are utterly awesome," but I've kind of been putting it on the outside. So today that sentiment is going to go on the inside of the card. I'm not putting in a white inside piece of cardstock because this is a pretty light color that's going to be easy if you write in it, easy to show up. So I'm going to put the hat as a follow-through image from here. I'm just stamping it, not coloring it, just kind of adding that to add a little bit of festivity for the inside of the card too. Oh, Marilyn says utterly cute. I love it. Thank you, Marilyn. Okay, so that is today's card. Oops, just in case you haven't seen it in the beginning, all there on the front and in the inside. Okay, so that is card number 3, guys. Every once in a while I hit something on my camera and it literally goes to my home screen. That makes me think I lost everybody. It always makes me nervous. Okay, so that's card number 3 for Dawn Earlbeck's virtual stamp party. So if anybody is interested in getting those 3 cards as a thank you from her and I for ordering, all you need to do is place a minimum $25 order using her code, or some of you are so good, like you'll email me and say, hey, here's my order that I want put through, and then you put host code with the host code, which is great. So you can see the host codes during my video, but I will post a still shot of today's card with the recipe with all the supplies that I've used today, cardstock colors, all of that to help you out. And then I always, once again, repeat her host code that goes with that. So that's how you can get that, either by placing your own order or having me help you help out Dawn's party that way. And so it's been fun because I know I'm going to be kept busy making these cards with the orders that have come in already. And then tomorrow's Friday, but I'm still going to give you guys a card because I've got a full month. So I kind of feel like I need to take advantage of as many days as I can. So tomorrow I will be kicking off Deb Warwick's virtual party, and card number 1 for her, and then Monday and Tuesday for her, and then KQ Block will be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, and then the 10 set of 10 cards that I usually make for you guys too. So it'll be fun. Have a great evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.